boring is profitable. Hey, g'day winner. That's only the beginning though. In 2018, I worked with 465 entrepreneurs face to face, and there was several common problems that I saw them as they were going through their journey in the last 12 months particularly. And there's one thing that stood out, and that is they're always chasing the next bright shiny object. They're always looking for the next strategy, the next hack, the next way to kind of get ahead without putting in the groundwork and the foundations. Now, here's the truth. That was me a few years ago. And I've got a board of directors that work with my business and have for the last 7 years. And there's one other gentleman in my board. And he's a young fella, late 20s. He's a tradesman, he's a panel beater. He took over the panel beating shop from his father. And what was really interesting to see is he had a great technical skill and he had to learn the business. Now at this stage, I got 5 tertiary qualifications. I'm pretty smart. I'd been a commander in the Australian Navy, I'd run teams, and so I helped him out a heap in growing his business. And what was interesting is we would meet, every 4 months we would meet for a 2-day event with our board, and we'd get in there and we're doing a real intensive around what we're doing in our board. And what was interesting is, number one, his business was a really boring business. It was panel beating. But what he did is every 4 months, he would just focus on one area, one simple thing. Not doing all the bright, shiny objects, not doing all the crazy stuff. And it was interesting, coming to the board meeting itself, the very first board meeting, he was on the phone constantly because he couldn't leave because he was the only person who could price. He was constantly on the phone and he was massively stressed. He had to leave halfway through because he just had to go back because he couldn't handle it. Then over a period of time, he worked on his team, 1 4-month sprint. The next 4-month sprint, he just worked on his systems. And then the next one, he worked on his sales, and he only focused on one thing. Boring business, boring sitting and staying the course. And what was interesting, this 27-year-old who took over panel beating from his father was only making a few $100,000. And the space of a few I think it was about 5 years, he took the business from a few $100,000 to several $1 million. In fact, the profit was a very, very handsome 7 figures, and the first number wasn't a 1. So you can see, and that was my lesson. Here was this guy who was a panel beater, and yet his business went straight past mine. And then what I realized is boring is profitable, but guess what? Profitable is super duper fun. And I got that because within 5 years, this young guy in late 20s was going on overseas holidays, had a whole team. He went and bought another just down the road, a country town, went and got another panel beating shop, and he was growing an incredible, awesome business. Got beautiful cars, got a beautiful house, got all the things that he needs, and he's having a heap of fun. That, I'm watching that occur in my eyes, gave me an uppercut. It gave me kind of a wake-up call. And you know what? A lot of people in their businesses are always looking for those bright, shiny objects. But you know, in the essence of a business, what we know is instead of having to, well, the way I say it is, instead of having to be a sprinkler, we want you to be a fire hose. How can you just nail what's the boring but profitable area of your business that if you just focused on that area would make all the difference? Or a lot of times it could be someone will come to me often and say, oh, my marketing's not working. Okay, great, but you were doing lots of great revenue here, and why aren't you now? And they go, oh, I don't know. I said, what were you doing back then? Oh, we're doing this marketing strategy. I said, well, why'd you stop that? Oh, we just kind of got bored of doing that. It's like, huh? So boring is profitable, and profitable is super duper fun. Now, what we do is we've got to nail what that profitable part is, and we're just got to keep it going and keep it consistent. A big part of that is making sure you can be accountable to follow through. The worst person you can be accountable for is you. If you'd like to be part of a community that we're keeping each other accountable, we'd love to invite you into our free private Facebook group. We're a heap of elite entrepreneurs. We're getting in there, we're sharing around the profitable areas of our business. We're eliminating the stuff, we stop being a sprinkler, we're gonna be a fire hose. And we show and we teach and we have some trainings on how we do that. If on the other hand, you would like to kind of shortcut it and like to get some specific help on the profitable part of your business and the area that you want to focus, then send me a private message and either myself or my team will get back to you. Let's connect and let's see what we can do to take your business to the next level.